Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be going over my net worth for the month of July. These numbers are 1 or 2 days old. That's when I had the time to input them. And then the video is being recorded a couple days before. I have family in town right now, so this is really the only time I'm able to record this. So it is going to be a little bit off, but nothing really changes in the last couple days of July when it comes to the net worth. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it. I will start putting down the numbers. Let me go ahead and increase the view of this. That way you guys can see it a little bit better. Let's see, 200. Nah, we'll go back to 150. Okay, cool. So we're going to be going over the assets first. If you haven't watched my videos before, I always go through the assets first, then I go through the liabilities, then we talk about the net worth after. I'm going to go ahead and quickly run through the numbers and add them in, and then I'll kind of explain each of the accounts and basically what has changed or what's going to change in the future, and then maybe I can explain some of the things that I may have not in previous videos. Nobody has commented anything yet about any questions, but I think it's important for me to kind of go over what the regular inventory and miscellaneous inventory are. So I went ahead and put all the assets in. Now I'll go through liabilities. Okay, so now I've put everything in. As you will see, my net worth has dropped about $800. Now, there's going to be a few different things that I want to explain first off. First thing I want to show is regular inventory and miscellaneous inventory. These two accounts are for my reselling business that I have on eBay. This is what the inventory costs me. That is not what the inventory is worth. I don't like to put what the inventory is worth because prices fluctuate. I also have to pay eBay fees, which is around 20% of every sale. So in order for me to really calculate that number, it'll be kind of hard for it to be accurate. So what I do instead is I show my inventory of what I paid for it. So for example, regular inventory is shoes that have boxes, like full boxes or boxes with no lids. And then my miscellaneous inventory is stuff like this, stuff that has no boxes, and hats. So there's also other miscellaneous inventory. I kind of just throw everything that's not shoes that are brand new with boxes into miscellaneous. So you'll kind of see there. So now we'll go through each account, what changed, and we'll see where we're heading. So first off, bank account, I always keep it low. I'm always buying either inventory, paying off debt. I don't let money sit in my account. I do not have savings. My savings is my business with the inventory I have. Some people say I'm stupid. Some people will understand, but that's how I operate at the moment. And until I have all my liabilities paid off, I will not be saving anything. I have a house that I have to pay for as well. And I have monthly liabilities and stuff like that that you do not see here. So some of that is, paid through the bank account and everything. So my bank account is always low. Regular inventory is at $20,590. It's down about $800. That's basically just from stuff selling. That's pretty much it. Miscellaneous inventory, you'll see that there's a huge bump over 2,500. That bump is for me buying World Cup inventory. So I bought soccer balls, cleats, and it was a few $1,000s worth. And then I also sold some stuff in the miscellaneous inventory. So you can see that it wasn't, $3,000 of an increase. It's slightly less. So that's that. My car, I'm still valuing at $5,000. At the end of the year, I'm going to be dropping it down to $3,000. Just because it's going to phase out for Uber. I also Uber on the side. And I will then have to go buy another car, and my car will not be worth $5,000 because all the Priuses for that year will go down in value because they'll no longer be able to be used on Uber. So I can still do Uber Eats and DoorDash, but I hate it. So I'd rather just drive people around. But that is the update for the car. I will be lowering the value of that at the end of the year. Probably knock it down to 4,000 in October and then 3,000 in December. And then that will be pretty much accurate for the outlook for my vehicle. Now, the situation, I'm not sure yet what I'll do. Um, I recently started my enrolled agent license so I can do taxes. I went to school for accounting, and I plan to do my CPA license after as well. I don't know why this is not focusing. Hold on. Is that better now? I think so. Okay. My bad. I'm sorry about that. But as I was saying, I started my enrolled agent license. I am about halfway through the first part of 3. I should be done by the end of the year. If I'm not, then I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do starting in January, because right now the goal is for me to just finish the license and find a remote job. That way I can work from home before the tax season starts. That way I don't really have a gap in income. If so, I have to either DoorDash or Uber Eats. So, and I really don't want to do that. It doesn't pay well. So I'll just have to put more time into it, which will, take away time from other things that I need to take care of. So now going into the liabilities here. Slight increase in the chase card. It really just depends. I mean, I get hit with interest payments and then a couple other like monthly bills on there, and I just pay it down and it goes back up, and it's gonna sit around this 16,000 mark until probably next video or the following update. I'm gonna be doing a balance transfer over to the Discover card. So the goal for August is to pay down Discover card all the way. Most of this is the purchasing of inventory for the World Cup stuff. So my actual personal bills have not really racked up that much. I am a little bit behind on certain stuff. I got hit with the annual fee on one of the cards, interest on 2 of them. I'm pretty sure it's down to only 2 now. And then there was other monthly expenses that came up that I wasn't expecting. So that's pretty much what the decrease is, but you will see that I will go back above that $4,800 mark in the next update. I already have everything planned out, how much I need to make each week off of Uber to be able to get back up towards that number. So I also have to pay this Discover card down by September 8th. That way I can do a balance transfer of half of the amount of Chase, which will significantly decrease the amount of interest I'm paying. So as of right now, I'm focusing on the Discover card and the Apple credit card. Apple should be close to 0 next month. If not, it'll be 0 in like September here. So this should be 0. This should be under 8,000. This will be the same balance, slightly going down every single month. That's on 0% until next April. So I'm not worried about paying that off. Just, I think it's like 50 something bucks a month that I'm paying. And then the Discover card, I'm trying to get that down to 0 as well. That way I can do the balance transfer from here to here. And then that will be 0% for, I think, 12 months. I'm going to get hit with like a 5% fee in order to do it, but it's worth doing it instead of paying over 20% interest on it. And then lastly is the student loans. Student loans is at $7,969.95 now. So I pay like 100 something bucks each month. I get hit with some interest. My payments just started in May. So and I just started doing this in May as well. So my only frame of reference really is May from the earlier months. It's harder for me to go backwards and calculate the inventory and all that stuff. And I could use credit card statements, but they wouldn't be accurate because the statements are on different days. Some of them are on the 10th, the 5th, the 19th. So that's pretty much it. My net worth is at $4,000. It did not go below. And I'm hoping it's only up from here. I don't think anything else in the next couple months would drag this down necessarily. I do have to pay for the exams for the license, but it's about $300 each one, and it'll be like one each month. So I think I'm gonna have one at the end of August or early September, and then one in October, and then one towards the end of November. So, I mean, that shouldn't be too bad. That'll be a couple days of doing Uber to pay that off. So shouldn't really see a decrease from here on out. This should be the lowest we're at for ever, hopefully. I really don't want to go back under 5,000 ever again. Um, and I have been at over 50,000. So there's been a lot of things that have changed. I'm gonna do some videos updating things as I go, like backtracking all the shoe business and everything and my net worth. I can kind of maybe guesstimate about what everything's at. Maybe I can do something like that at the end of the year for December, but as it stands, we are $4,000 of net worth. So it's not bad. I'm going to be working on it. If you guys have any tips or thoughts, let me know in the comment section. I will be going through all of that stuff. I go through it like every day. Anybody that leaves a comment or anything like that, I usually respond or something like that, depending on what the comment is. And then I am going to be doing a video overviewing the business for the first 6 months of the year. That will be coming out in the first week of August. I am already preparing that, putting some things together, but I've been mostly studying most of the days so for the license. So that's been taking up a lot of time. That's also why I haven't uploaded as much. But I do plan on uploading once a week in August, starting with this, and then every week I should have a video uploaded. I don't the next video is the shoe business one, going over the profits for the first 6 months, and then the next video should be along the lines of, I think, just regular personal finance advice, or help. Really, I don't really know yet. I have some stuff, I have ideas, but I kind of just move them around based on what I think I can help people the most with, and that's really what this is going to be for. It's just educational. It's also for me to be able to look back and see where I was, 5 years down the road and stuff like that. So it's interesting. We'll see where I'm headed. There will be, I think this is the first time I'm mentioning it, there will be a big increase in my net worth starting in January. That is because I am going to be purchasing my house officially. There's a lot that goes into it, and maybe I'll do a breakdown video of how I'm purchasing this property for so cheap. It is because it's from family and stuff like that, so, but I can kind of break it down and kind of show everybody like what goes into it, how I was able to do so, and just really the circumstances that I'm in when it comes to my housing situation. So at this point, if you're still here, thank you for watching. Let me know that you watched all the way through. That'd be cool to see. And then, yeah, if you guys have any suggestions of what you want to see as well, let me know, because I need ideas, obviously. I don't post much, but I would like to have a list of ideas to go off of and not run out. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.